Now, some might say that that was a delectable medley of footballing splendour. I absolutely loved it. Two behemoth clubs going for the jugular against one another. It was a spectacle. And when you think about Manchester United versus Arsenal, or Arsenal versus Manchester United, that fixture, it just has so many moments, so many memories that evoke the most visceral reaction from us. And this one will go down in history. If I were to ask you now, your greatest moment in Arsenal versus Manchester United history, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're going to start talking about Mark Overmars or Sylvain Wiltord. If you're a neutral, you're probably going to talk about Ruud van Nistelrooy and Martin Keown and that dig from Lauren and Ashley Cole looking venomous. If you are a Manchester United fan, you're going to be talking about the chip from John O'Shea. You're going to be talking about Pizzagate. You're going to be talking about everything because this fixture means so much. Now, do you know what we just witnessed? Sometimes we have to acknowledge that we are witnessing history. We witnessed a clash for the ages. We witnessed a moment in time. That goal from Matheus Cunha will go down in history. It was sensational. And Michael Carrick deserves so much credit. I feel like people are going a bit mad about Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal fans are potentially a little bit anxious, a little bit angry, perhaps too much. Arsenal's still the best team in the country. I don't want Arsenal to win the league, but they have a cushion at the top of the league for a reason. They are the best team, the best squad in the country for a reason. So I believe that everything is absolutely fine from an Arsenal perspective. But for Michael Carrick, dear God, that was simply amazing. It was simply sensational from Michael Carrick. The way that he set his team up, the way that Manchester United played under Carrick, it really was amazing. And the key decisions. This is the crucial point about Michael Carrick. So many people are already saying Michael Carrick cannot get the job. Michael Carrick, no matter what, cannot be given the job. It seems to be the feeling that he's not in the running. And I think that is ludicrous. Now, I'm going to add a bit of nuance, which I'm not really known for. I'm not saying give the job to Carrick, but I'm saying that you can't say don't give the job to Carrick. He is getting everything right. Crucial decisions. You look at the team that he has built with him. You look at bringing in Jonathan Woodgate. You look at the appointment of Steve Holland. And then you look at some of those decisions that he made. Crucial decision. The way that Carrick decided to play Paddy Dorgu in such an advanced position. He made bold, decisive moves. The way that he was ready to leave the big names like Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Sesko on the bench. That is management. And you think about the elevation in Dorgu's Manchester United career since Michael Carrick took over. Like, I can remember, and it was a liberty from Ruben Amorim, and it shows you quite how limited Ruben Amorim was. But I remember Ruben Amorim talking about Paddy Dorgu, and he said that everybody can feel the anxiety every time Patrick Dorgu gets the ball. Rude, unjust, unfair, unnecessary. I'll tell you who can feel the anxiety now when Paddy Dorgu gets the ball: the opposition. Because Michael Carrick has sprinkled a bit of stardust on him, and Paddy Dorgu is a player. Absolute baller. What an outrageous goal from Dorgu today. That shot from outside the box, the way that he took it, the way that he found the top corner, the way that he took David Raya by surprise, that goal will go down in history. It was a beautiful strike. A true honour to witness it. An absolutely sublime goal that is worthy of winning any game. That is what Patrick Dorgu brought to the party. And it was Michael Carrick's stardust that made that happen. And when you look at the body of work now that is on display from Michael Carrick, you look at the way that he has already assembled this Arsenal team. He deserves to be in contention for the job. There is no doubt about it. Of course, we need more evidence to substantiate the credentials of Carrick, but there is no doubt that he should be there. Manchester United look completely different. They are a team totally transformed under Carrick, under Holland, under Woodgate, and I cannot believe what we are witnessing here. Manchester United will qualify for the Champions League. Manchester United are going to take up one of those Champions League spots, and that is an outrageous statement that you can say about the Michael Carrick impact. Just look at the context. Look at what they did to this Arsenal team. You're playing Arsenal away from home. You are playing a Mikel Arteta team that have not lost at the Emirates all season. Nobody beats Arsenal at the Emirates. Manchester United apparently were, until recently, a team in disarray. They are obviously not going to win at the Emirates. You've also got to remember that Arsenal have won all 24 of their games when they have gone in front this season. If Arsenal score, you do not win the game. If Arsenal score first, you do not win the game. It really is that simple. Guess what happened today? Arsenal were playing at home and they scored first. And lo and behold, Manchester United still went for the jugular. They still did everything that they could. Imagine how disheartened that Manchester United team were. Imagine how disheartened they would have been when Lisandro Martinez scores that own goal. And yet, somehow Manchester United turn it around. They somehow find the strength of character, the wherewithal, the desire, the desperation, all words that you don't associate with Manchester United in this current iteration. Up until Carrick, they were ready for the fight. They were desperate to win. They were never ever going to rest on their laurels, and they turned the game around because they had the strength of character. They weren't even ready to settle for a draw. Think about what that tells you about Manchester United under Carrick. Carrick will bring a lot to the party, but the one thing that he will bring in spades that no one else can, even Luis Enrique can't bring this. What Carrick will bring to Manchester United is the spirit of Manchester United. He will bring Manchester United's DNA back to the club. He will bring that winning mentality, that never say die mentality, that resilient mentality back to Manchester United. If you're a Manchester United fan, I don't understand how you can't be loving that. He will make the Stretford End sing in unison. He will make the players look at him, a Champions League winner, an iconic elite level footballer, and aspire to be part of that. And you've heard Gary Neville speak, haven't you? I heard a great quote from Neville fairly recently when he said he couldn't articulate what Manchester United were, but he can see it and know what it is. And I think we're looking at Manchester United, goals from outside of the box, a little bit of needle with the players, a desperation to win, resilient defending. And we know that it's Manchester United. Like Neville said, that Manchester United's DNA was there on display. They were willing to lose in order to win. And that is exactly what Manchester United are all about. And that is exactly what Carrick is all about. When they got that, when Arsenal got that fairly lucky goal, I thought Sesko should have got it off the line, but he didn't. Marino scored. I thought Man United would have been happy with a point. I thought Man United would have gone, okay, fair enough. We'll call it a draw. Not a bad point for us. We beat City last week, call it a point. Not Carrick. Can you not see how brilliant this is from Carrick? Like, I don't understand why. It feels like mental for me that I'm a Chelsea fan and I've got to convince Man United fans of what Carrick's bringing to your team. It's like when Lampard was at Chelsea that first season. It just felt right. It just felt perfect. Carrick is a fit. The club has elevated beyond recognition. They're an outrageous team, scoring outrageous goals, winning outrageous games. Look at what he is doing in this team. You know, you think about the goal that they scored from Dorgu to go ahead. Like, he is absolutely transformed in this forward role. The link up with Bruno Fernandes and that powerful shot, it's just amazing. And ultimately, this all is traceable back to Carrick. Like that goal that Dorgu scored, right, it was a thing of beauty. And you've got to remember that it was last month that Amorim said that you feel too anxious when he's on the ball. Like, I'm using that example again in this video just to show you the difference of a manager. The difference that a manager makes. You've got one manager saying that this player makes me feel anxious. Makes the stadium feel anxious. You've got another manager that comes in and makes this player one of the best players on the pitch, scoring outrageous goals, scoring goals worthy of winning a game of this magnitude, scoring a goal that will go down in history. This is John O'Shea all over again. This is Wayne Rooney all over again. This is Cristiano Ronaldo all over again. This is up there with a game that will be remembered for years to come. It's just amazing from Manchester United, and it is the power of bringing in a manager that knows your club. When a manager comes into a club, the manager needs to be elite, or he needs to know who you are and raise the tide, and that's exactly what he's done. Having Steve Holland there, such a shrewd addition, man. Bringing in Steve Holland with all the experience that Steve Holland has had with Gareth Southgate at England, with Jose Mourinho at Chelsea. Having him alongside Carrick is so astute, and you could see that he was so involved. He was so involved, wasn't he, Steve Holland? Everything that Carrick was doing, all Carrick's ideas were being bounced off Holland. Holland wasn't shy, he was coming forward with his ideas. You could see that the players were totally devoted to the vision from the manager. It was just amazing. And because of the brilliance of Carrick, Manchester United were elite. And they made an Arsenal team look average. That Arsenal team put their worst performance of the season in because of what Carrick did. It was the worst performance that I've seen from Arsenal this season. And it was because of the genius of Carrick. Like, you've got to think about the context around this game. They went to Arsenal, who are top of the league. They went to Arsenal, who are the best team in the country. They went to Arsenal, who are the best team in Europe, according to the Champions League. They went to Arsenal, a team that do not lose if they score first, and they conceded. They went to Arsenal, a team who are unbeaten at the Emirates. And then you think about the context of Manchester United going to the Emirates. You know, like the last time that United won at the Emirates in the league was December 2017. Like, Arsenal were unbeaten in 16 games this season at the Emirates. And you have to go back 88 games to find the last time that they conceded 3 goals. And Manchester United were unreal. Do you know what they did today as well? They ended that Chelsea record. You know that 15 goals conceded? That's ended 23 games into a season. To a 38 game season. That's ended. 15 goals we conceded that year. It's truly unbelievable, and that is a record that will stay forever. For Arsenal, look, there are some worrying signs. Conceding too many, no goals from open play in 270 minutes. Victor Gyökeres looking dud. There are problems. But I do think that the reaction is extreme. I understand an element of anxiety from Arsenal fans, but I don't understand this anger. Like, I heard a smattering of boos. Like, that's wild to me. Really wild. Sadly, I believe that Arsenal are going to be fine. Sadly, I believe that Arsenal are still going to win the league. Arsenal are 4 points clear. Any Arsenal fan, and don't lie to me, any Arsenal fan would have accepted being 4 points clear after 23 games. Especially watching Manchester City stutter and stutter and stutter against teams like Brighton and Chelsea under Callum McFarlane. I think Arsenal are going to be fine. Painfully, I think they're going to be fine. But this is a dent. And I must say, perhaps, we now have a title race. Maybe, just maybe. Twists and turns to come, but I do think that Arsenal fans just need to be a bit more calm. Don't be emotional. It's never going to be plain sailing. You're never going to win every game. It's going to be okay. You are in 4 competitions. You have 1 foot in Wembley in the League Cup. You are top of a Champions League. You are top of a Premier League. And you are still in the FA Cup with a fairly decent opposition against Wigan. I don't see the reasoning for the anger, but I don't support Arsenal, so you've got to tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I thoroughly enjoyed that, I must say. It's been a great day of football. Thoroughly enjoyed that fixture. Outrageous game. Really brilliant. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please do click subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing what you have to say in those comments. Give it a like and hype it as well, will you please? I wish you well. I wish you a good evening. Ta-da.